Imagine this. Two people lean toward each other. Their eyes slowly close. Their lips meet for just a few seconds. It feels so natural that we rarely stop to question it. But here's the mystery. Why do humans kiss at all? Out of millions of animal species on Earth, only a handful display anything even remotely similar. Even more surprising, not every human culture kisses romantically. For thousands of years, entire societies lived, loved, married, and raised families without ever making kissing a part of romance. So if kissing isn't universal, why do billions of people do it today?
For centuries, poets called it the language of love. Movies turned it into the symbol of romance. But modern science tells a very different story. Your brain, your genes, and even your immune system may all be quietly influencing what feels like a simple act of affection. And the mystery goes even deeper.
The oldest written evidence of kissing appears on clay tablets from ancient Mesopotamia over 4,500 years ago. Ancient Indian texts also describe kissing long before the modern world existed. But recent archaeological research suggests these weren't the beginning. Kissing may have emerged independently in different human societies, making its true origin far older than any written record. That raises an unsettling question. Did humans invent kissing as a romantic gesture? Or did evolution invent it long before we understood what love even was?
Some scientists believe a kiss is actually a biological test. In just a few seconds, your brain begins processing smell, taste, facial symmetry, body chemistry, and tiny chemical signals that may reveal whether someone is a suitable partner. Long before your conscious mind says, "I like this person," your biology may already be making the decision. If that's true, then every kiss you've ever shared wasn't just emotional. It may have been the result of millions of years of evolution silently working behind the scenes. But before we can understand why humans kiss today, we have to travel back millions of years, long before cities, civilizations, or even modern humans existed. Because the real story of kissing may have started with our earliest ancestors, and it has almost nothing to do with romance.
To uncover the origin of kissing, we have to leave behind ancient civilizations and step into a world where survival mattered more than romance. Picture a group of early humans nearly 2 million years ago. There were no flowers, no love letters, and no dating rituals. Every day was about finding food, avoiding predators, and protecting family. Yet scientists believe the roots of kissing may have begun here. One of the oldest theories has nothing to do with love. It begins with babies. Before blenders and baby food existed, many parents softened food by chewing it first and then passing it directly to their infants mouth to mouth. This behavior, called pre-mastication, was common in many ancient societies and is even observed in some traditional communities today. The close facial contact helped nourish children and strengthen the bond between parent and child. Some evolutionary researchers suggest that over thousands of generations, this intimate act may have laid the foundation for affectionate kissing later in human history. But that's only one possibility. Another clue comes from our closest living relatives, chimpanzees and bonobos. After a fight, chimpanzees sometimes touch mouths to reconcile. Bonobos use mouth-to-mouth contact even more frequently to strengthen social bonds and reduce tension within the group. These aren't romantic kisses like ours, but they reveal something fascinating. Intimate mouth contact existed long before modern humans.
As humans evolved, another change may have transformed our social behavior. Unlike most primates, we lost much of our body hair. Grooming, once essential for cleaning parasites and building trust, became less important. Some anthropologists believe humans replaced part of that grooming behavior with other forms of affection, including hugging, touching, and possibly kissing. In other words,
lips may have taken over a job that hands once performed.
Still, none of these theories fully explain one important question. If kissing helps create bonds, why don't all human cultures practice it? Anthropologists studying hunter-gatherer societies discovered that romantic kissing was absent in many cultures. People still fell in love, married, and formed lifelong relationships without kissing on the lips. This surprising discovery suggests that while our biology may encourage close contact, culture decides how that affection is expressed. So perhaps kissing isn't something humans were born to do.
Perhaps evolution provided the ingredients, and different civilizations created their own recipe. But even if culture shaped kissing, science has uncovered something astonishing. The moment two people kiss, their brains begin running an invisible biological analysis, one that may determine attraction before either person realizes what's happening. And that hidden process is where the real mystery begins.
Now, imagine you're about to kiss someone for the very first time. It feels like a simple emotional moment. But beneath the surface, your brain is working at incredible speed. The instant your lips touch, millions of nerve endings send signals racing to the brain. Within seconds, chemicals such as dopamine and oxytocin begin to rise. Dopamine fuels the feeling of excitement and reward, while oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, helps strengthen trust and emotional connection. At the same time, stress levels can drop as the brain shifts its attention toward the positive experience. But that's only half the story.
Scientists believe a kiss may also act as a silent biological scan. During close contact, your brain receives information from your partner's scent, breath, skin chemistry, and even tiny traces carried through saliva. Most of this happens completely outside your awareness. This is where one of evolution's most fascinating ideas appears, the major histocompatibility complex, or MHC. These genes play a key role in your immune system. Some studies suggest people are often more attracted to partners whose MHC genes differ from their own. Greater genetic diversity can help future children develop stronger immune defenses. While the evidence isn't identical across every study, many researchers think smell and close physical contact, including kissing, may help the brain gather clues about genetic compatibility. That could explain something many people have experienced.
You meet someone who seems perfect. They're attractive, funny, and charming. Then comes the first kiss, and suddenly the attraction disappears. Nothing obvious changed, yet your brain may have processed hundreds of tiny signals in just a few seconds, leading to a feeling that something simply wasn't right.
Facial movement and emotion into one powerful moment, allowing the brain to make an incredibly fast judgment about compatibility. Even closing your eyes during a kiss has a scientific explanation. Researchers believe reducing visual input allows the brain to focus more deeply on touch, making the experience feel stronger and more emotionally immersive.
For something that feels so natural, kissing has had a surprisingly complicated history. In some ancient societies, a kiss symbolized romance. In others, it represented respect, loyalty, or family affection. And in many traditional cultures, romantic kissing simply wasn't part of everyday life. People still fell in love, married, and built strong families, just without expressing affection through a kiss. So, what changed? As civilizations grew and cultures began interacting through trade, migration, and conquest, customs spread from one region to another. In more recent centuries, books, cinema, television, and eventually social media. But culture alone doesn't explain why a kiss can feel so powerful. Even today, every kiss exchanges millions of harmless bacteria, subtly saping the oral microbiome of long-term partners. While this can also spread certain infections, it reminds us that kissing is
far more than a romantic gesture. It's a biological interaction between two living systems. This brings us back to the question we started with. Did humans invent kissing? The most honest scientific answer is, we don't know.